Yo, this is Lex, and this is the Diablo 3 build guide for Legacy of Nightmares Archon Star Pact and Group Greater Rifts. This is the strongest build used in groups for pushing the highest level Greater Rifts. It can also be used for speedruns in the level 125 to 135 Greater Rift range. I highly recommend learning the non-Archon Star Pact build first. Its rotation is easier and will prepare you for the Archon setup. Be sure to check out my guide on it. This video is a continuation of my solo Archon Star Pact guide, so make sure you watch the previous video first for the entire build explanation and the rotation timing tutorial. Let's go over the differences between solo and group gearing. During the Season of Nightmares, we can wear Convention of Elements and cube Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac. The Obsidian Ring will allow us to drop some cooldown reduction for more damage. While using the Archon Teleport rune, cooldown reduction on 5 out of 7 possible gear slots is enough, for a total of 58.45%. We can also remove Leoric's Crown from the cube and use both Illusory Boots and Nilfor's Boast. This is the most mobile setup and is good for speedrunning Greater Rifts. While using the Archon Pure Power rune, cooldown reduction on 3 out of the 7 possible gear slots is enough, for a total of 50.93%. This is the maximum damage setup and is good for pushing higher level Greater Rifts. The third ring is flexible, but I highly recommend starting with Halo of Carini. When combined with Storm Armor, the extra defense will make learning the build much easier. If you are ready to use Black Hole instead of Storm Armor, any ring with good stats can be used. A perfectly rolled Compass Rose can have an extra stat on it. In groups, it is possible to swap Ancient Parthian Defenders for Strong Arm Bracers. These will be activated by Black Hole before your Arcane Phase Meteor. The gems used are Gogok of Swiftness, Bane of the Trapped, and Esoteric Alteration. If you can survive without Esoteric, you can swap it for Zay's Stone of Vengeance. Let's break down some example rotations. The first rotation to learn is Single Meteor using the Carini setup. Start by casting Spectral Blade until you have 4 stacks of Arcane Dynamo. Holding down Ray of Frost will activate Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac to reduce your Archon cooldown. Cast Wave of Force halfway through the Lightning phase, followed by 1 cast of Spectral Blade to reach 5 Arcane Dynamo stacks. Meteor can be casted with a second remaining on Lightning phase. The basic rotation of Spectral Blade, Ray of Frost, and Archon is completed before the Meteor lands. After you have learned how to land a single Meteor, you can try the double Meteor rotation. Cast Spectral Blade until you have 3 stacks of Arcane Dynamo. Holding down Ray of Frost will activate Obsidian Ring to reduce your Archon cooldown. Start the first Meteor halfway through the Fire phase. This Meteor only needs to kill 1 enemy to make an Oculus Ring, so it's casted on the edge of the group. Cast Spectral Blade once and channel Ray of Frost while the first Meteor lands. Continuing to channel will refill your resource if there are enough enemies. From this point, you can begin the first rotation that you learned. You can step into the Oculus Ring before you cast the second Meteor to gain extra damage, but the greatest wizard in the world would probably start a step into the Oculus Ring after casting Meteor. When you are ready to ride without training wheels, you can use Black Hole. This rotation is the same, except you cast Black Hole before the Wave of Force. Boom, headshot. You can also use 2 Meteors with the Black Hole setup. I hope you enjoy the build. Like the video if this helped you, subscribe for more content, and feel free to stop by the live stream to say hi. Happy slaying.